England. If we go out here, it's very open. In Alaska, there's barely anything. Anyway, want to see the roof of this. Looks like a waffle. Pretty interesting. Alright. Here's a view looking around the hut that they've established up here. And a lot of this dates back to the 1800s or even before. Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to take time to read this. If you want to, if you can read it, you might want to pause it. Okay. See, there's a valley out here where the sun is shining. Because it is a pretty cloudy day. Now, this is one thing that's very interesting. This mountain here looks like an Indian's face, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second, because I think there's a little board that talks about it, and I want to make sure I get the name correct so I can tell you what it is. In the meantime, if you look on top of this mountain here, a little peak, I don't know if you can make it out well, but there's a little hut up there. I think something like that was on top of Miller Canyon, because something like that could easily be lifted up by a helicopter. I think that's probably how the hut was put on top there. But I can't see the other one, but you know, the one that was solid stone, that'd be way too heavy. So, here's the board I was talking about, how it's supposed to take the shape of a man's head. It says a cluster rock profile in the distance takes the shape of a man's head. A man lying sternly on his back. His face is rugged and noble, with a long curved nose and a domed forehead. For an eyelash, a 100-foot Douglas fir. And apparently the historical figure represented is said to be Cochise, which is what the county is named after, Cochise County. And apparently the face that this rock represents was a Cochise Indian. I guess he was called Cochise. And it says here, remained friendly with the white settlers until 1861, when he was accused of rustling and kidnapping. When a rash army lieutenant attempted to arrest Cochise at Apache Pass, an unfortunate 11-year-old war broke out. 1861 is also the start of the Civil War, around when Abraham Lincoln became president. And there you have it, the face. I mean, that's nature. I mean, that's not man sculpted. Now, I don't think, if you look closely right there, a 100-foot tall tree, that's supposed to be his eyelash. And then you have basically his forehead, his eye, his eyelash, his nose, and his lips. If that's a mustache or what, but you know, it's amazing. So amazing, you know, that's nature and not hand sculpted. It's not like Mount Rushmore, where all the faces are sculpted out. I mean, if that was natural, then I would say that would be a prophecy of who's going to be president. But pretty much, you know, here you have it. I'm not sure what this peak is over here, but it's quite interesting. Yeah, when I zoom in all the way, the quality does go down, and I wanted to zoom in to get the face of that, you know, chief or Indian, but at the same time, you know, because the quality gets so poor, I don't think I was able to make out his eyelash. But I did take a picture of him, a close-up picture, where you would be able to make it out. So, Well, I think I showed you everything that there is to see here. The Chiricahua Mountains are really big. You know, like I was talking about how when I went hiking to Miller Peak, you know, when I was at the top of the mountain, I could see the whole valley right in front of me. Nothing even came close to the elevation I was at, except for Carr Peak, which is 2 miles north. But it was not much different than being in a skyscraper, except, you know, I was about 3 times the height of the Empire State Building or the Burj Dubai and the Empire State Building combined, stacked on top of each other. So much higher than a skyscraper. So anyway, if you were to go to Chiricahua Peak, which I haven't been able to zero out yet because there's so many high peaks that are close to it. If I went to Chiricahua Peak, it would probably look just like this, except nothing would be higher than me. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if I was at Chiricahua Peak, you know, there's no way I would see anything higher than me in this area. But I would be looking around and I would see a bunch of other peaks that are only 200 or 300 feet below me. So, yeah, that's about all. And, you know, I'll bring more to you sometime soon if I find anything else that's interesting out here. So, just give you another 360 view here. One more thing about this area, I think that could be Chiricahua Peak. The peak right there in the middle there. But as you can see, you have a lot of stuff around you that's almost as high as you. So I mean, yeah, it would be an accomplishment to make it up there, but you know, if you look down, you know, you wouldn't see that there's several thousands of feet clearance between you and the ground. But what's nice about this mountain range is, you know, you can take a vehicle up there pretty high because it doesn't get really steep. So anyway, I'm heading back to my car now. See if there's anything else out here in this area that you might want to see. It's so amazing how wide open this area is. You know, about, I don't know, 30 feet off each side of this road, there's like a barbed wire fence that's several miles long. There's actually cattle grazing in these fields. I mean, it's a huge field. I mean, I'm surprised that the cattle don't get lost. You know, like I'm used to seeing a pasture that's about a mile or two across for animals to go out in, but this is like miles. As a matter of fact, I'm heading back to Sierra Vista now, and the road is going to be like this for another 24 miles before I turn off on another road to get to the highway. Now, while I'm here in this area, I wanted to tell you there's a peak over here, this mountain. I'm not sure what mountain range it is, but the top of it looks like a knife sharpener. It may not look so much like that right now, but when I head past it, if it's still light enough, I'll go ahead and shoot another video of it. It looks like a knife sharpener, like, you know, the Jolly Green Giant. For those of you who know who he is, can sharpen his knife there. So, yeah, when you come out here, you don't have any trouble trying to figure out why the population is so spread out. Well, there you have it. part when I was south of it.